Now we're going?
Now we're going.
Now we're going. Sweat Equity.
Like a blah, blah, blah.
Live on tape, as Hank Kingsley would say in the intro for Larry Sanders Show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Live
What's his
on
name?
tape.
Jeffrey Tambor.
Yeah. Have you been watching Arrested Development? Did you finish it?
Oh, yeah. A couple times.
I felt like I was about to orgasm, like just getting into it, and I didn't know it was 8 episodes in a season.
A little bit of a bummer.
There's another one coming, right? Like around the corner.
Oh, I don't know. Is there? That'd be great.
I thought I read that. Huh.
Well, I told you about the last season, season 4, that they remixed, and it was like watching a whole new show.
It was a lot better.
Way better.
Yeah, and to get some of season 5, you got to watch season 4.
Oh, definitely.
Every show though now it's kind of overwhelming, and I think it's why I don't watch a lot of TV. It's not because I'm an intellectual.
There's just too much good stuff.
Yeah, and you can't do the laptop on the lap and like watch TV style, like,
and appreciate it.
Yeah, that's for baseball games.
Right. Exactly.
NBA before playoffs, maybe.
Before playoffs, you watch the NBA? Come on.
I'll put on a Heat game. I'm a Heat fan.
Why?
Because I didn't want to be a Magic fan.
Bro, that's the only thing you can be. They need it.
My mom's from Miami. I hate Orlando.
Oh, I hate Orlando too, but they're still my basketball team.
Some call me the Dan Marley of pickup basketball. Oh, wait, no, I screwed that up. Dan Cortez. MTV Sports.
I say, do you have a giant bulging vein out of your shoulder like Dan Marley did?
I do, actually.
Do you?
Yeah. I'll hit those click weights behind me if you're watching on the video.
Oh, okay.
On YouTube, Facebook.
Get the blood pumping.
I get that big ass purple dick vein.
Cool.
Whoa. I got to turn my notifications off because they're popping in.
Music's probably good at this point.
Oh, we haven't even kicked into the music. This band I saw at Music Fest here a long time ago. Jesus Christ, Slack. What are we doing?
Close that shit down.
You know,
We've got swashbuckling to do.
well, this is a lesson in for everybody when you're doing a presentation. Make sure to turn off those notifications.
Close all your tabs and windows.
And now I'm trying to remember where to even go
Oh,
for that.
Jesus.
Oh my God, I'm my dad with an iPhone.
You are.
Why don't you tell me about the sponsors while I figure this out, huh?
Oh, we're going to do all 3?
Yeah, just pop them out.
FreshBooks.
Yeah.
FreshBooks.com/sweat. Our listeners get a 30-day free trial.
God, so much enthusiasm.
I'm just trying to remember the copy that doesn't exist that you made up.
I printed it out. I didn't make up anything.
I know. I need to put it on the wall what the actual deal is. That's right, though.
We have a chalkboard. We literally put it up, and we haven't even tried to.
It's so clean. Looks like it's painted.
Yeah, it looks weird because it's just one panel, and it's supposed to be off camera for this purpose.
I know.
But you can get Grasshopper your own phone line. I was messing with it on the ride over here because I text and drive. I'm good at it, guys. You guys aren't. Don't do it.
Nobody else is.
I'm good at it.
Just us two.
Yeah, but I make logos at red lights. I really do. Because if I get an idea, it's like a joke, and you got to write it down, or you got to like get something drawn or something put together. But I was looking up an 800 number on trygrasshopper.com/sweat.
Mm-hmm. What, like a specialized one?
Yeah. I was trying to make funny vanity numbers. You can do that. So a 1-800...
420-6969.
Oh, man, that's even better.
Off the top of my head.
How
only like cool numbers there
why
are.
wouldn't any large size corporation want to use our company with that kind of number? Actually, if they knew what that stuff meant, they're probably down. If
Exactly.
If they breeze on by it, they're not cool.
It's the cool kids.
So either you know it, you get it, and you're down like 4 flat tires, or you're like that weird middle where you're just offended.
Yes. And then fuck you. I don't want your business anyways.
I did look up, you can get local numbers. I did look that up. There's a desktop app and a mobile app, which is big for me because I toggle between both a lot. And I'm quicker on a desktop, and I like doing text messages with iMessage. You can do it with Try Grasshopper sweq.com/sweat, and I was looking up different numbers to have. So you'd have a phone line. The basic level where you get $50 off from us, we get 3 extensions out of it. So you'd have an extension, I'd have one, we'd probably have a general one.
Okay.
You know?
Switchboard.
Yeah, and it's scalable. You can kind of add as many as you need. And I looked up a phone number, 813-666-8889, and I was like, I thought about it for the rest of the drive. Like,
Phone number on our new business.
yeah.
Ends in 6666.
The middle's 666. 813-666-8889. Now someone's going to take it, but
That was stupid.
it's live on tape, so we'll see.
Yeah, you reserved that before we put it out.
But you think that'd have such a stigma?
No. I think it was cool.
I think I always think about sticking power. What is memorable?
Right.
You know, like what...
And no, you play it off like, I don't want that 6, but you know what? It's what they gave us.
Our name is silly for this consulting firm, and it's a little bit on purpose in a way that people are like, Taco Bega, and you're like, no, here's the story of it, blah, blah, blah. And once I tell the story, there's the Indian tribe that was in the Bay Area, you know, it has roots here, and the name of Tampa means sticks of fire, and it came up in their language, so hence our logos of campfire, but we see everything as we're just camping, and we're planning out the next day, and we're just sitting around a campfire, man. This doesn't have to be as serious as you think it is, but it is planning, strategy, execution, just like if we were hiking, you know?
It bleeds into everything, the camping thing.
Yeah, and so it has a brand world and all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. Once I can kind of go through that with people, most people can kind of, they pick up something that sticks with them for whatever reason. And I always think...
Venereal disease?
Yeah, like herpes, forever.
It's because you talk so close.
Yeah.
Close talker.
Well,
Get in
I
their
make
face.
sure to get like old cream cheese, eat a little bit of that, get right in there.
Really draw
some
them in.
chives in there. Yeah, put a couple chives. I put them in between my teeth on purpose.
Yeah.
So I like the. We'll look at that. There's got to be some psychology behind that. People are weird about 666.
Lots of people are religious, and just to play it safe, stay away from that devil number.
I think as we get broader with our marketing kind of targeting stuff, I think having an 800 number would be valuable for that. But I don't know if that turns off people too.
Yeah. I mean, I think the thing that used to turn people off was the 1-900 numbers, where it was $3 a minute to have some fat lady talk you through an orgasm.
Oh, so we're not having that service for people? I was going to walk people through their orgasm.
Yeah, I have been working on my fat lady voice.
But I was going to be like, where are you coming?
Hit me with the wine bottle.
So, there's 1-833, which is an idea, but I feel like most people mess that up.
Because I guess they're just going through. They started out with 1-800. All those numbers got sucked up, and they went to 1-888.
Yep.
1-877, and they're just going down the totem pole, I guess.
Most of the app companies, most of the service companies like ours, managed services, I would say, it's 1-888.
Yeah.
Or 1-844.
Yeah,
That's
well, that's
the
what I'm
one.
saying.
Yeah.
They have 855-866. All those are toll-free, I believe.
This might sound kind of just very minute for anybody listening that's not really into this part, but all this shit matters. You have to break down all this stuff, like because as you try to work on your sales and marketing funnel, like you try to think of what deterrents along the way could hurt you. So I was talking about Google Ads with someone before I came over here, and I was like, well, your site sucks. So why aren't you doing, it's a local business. I was like, why aren't you just doing just the extension so that they call you? And he's like, we're doing that. And I'm like, okay, so are you tracking the leads coming in? And so there's the break right there. They're spending $1,500 a month.
They don't know what they're getting.
They don't even know what calls are coming in from the ad. And I was like, this is it's easy to track.
Yeah. What would you do? Just, hey, how'd you hear about us? That easy?
It's as easy as that.
Yeah.
And you can get it in the conversation within the first 2 minutes. Hey, but you have to be sincere. That's the other part. You have to ask like, hey, hey, we try to have a touch point for them, a little empathy. Hey, we're a local business. We're trying something out. Want to see if you could help us out. How'd you hear about us?
Mm-hmm.
And then here's how I changed it up a little bit too. It's usually just not one thing, right? They hear a friend, then they search for you.
Yeah.
So if I got the feeling like there's a little stutter on their side, if they're like, no, I drove by.
Yeah.
I saw your sign.
Tell me the truth.
But I know our signage is shitty.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, okay, that's the second thing. Someone told them about us.
Yeah.
So I would follow it up. Hey, just anything else? Jesus
you mother
Christ.
fucker, you.
Now we got a little
You
buzz.
son of a bitch. Plug it back in.
How do I find it? Okay.
Just turn the mute your computer. There you go. He muted it. So everything's
It's weird.
okay.
I put the audio jack out, and it's like magically wants to be connected back into it.
Put me. What the fuck is going on?
I don't even know if these are getting picked up on the.
It's going to be silence and us reacting to nothingness.
Sorry, y'all. I'm unprofessional today. I'm fucking out of it. I'm in one of those very stressful, no sleep, had kid go to the hospital, baby girl go to the hospital, kind of things where just, and then the next couple of nights you're just up.
She okay?
Thinking intrusive thoughts.
Jeez. Yeah.
You can't help it.
Is she all right?
Yeah, she's good. She's good. It was one of those things
cry.
where it was like, do we go to? Yeah, I don't want to cry on the podcast, but
I said pry.
But no, I will cry if I think about it enough.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
I'm a sensitive dandy like that.
I'm like that too, man.
But she's 7 months old, and so like, I had her in the tub. She's throwing up a little bit, and I'm like, this doesn't look like normal puke kind of thing, where you're like, it's not the bile, I don't think, but it wasn't like the food after a while, and usually that's your body like dehydrating sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, once everything in your stomach's out, there's nothing else.
And she's
to
like,
come out.
so she was dry heaving, and then it was like, okay, so I gotta. Plus, the tub time's over because there's puke in the bathtub now.
Just leave them in there, hose them down.
So she has like not Rosalia, whatever it's called. She has red bumps on her.
Pete Rozelle.
Fifth disease or something like that. Like I plead the fifth.
And that causes you to throw up?
No. It gives you fever. She broke out in hives and all this stuff, and it was really kind of this thing of like she has red bumps all over her. It almost looks like she has like crazy bad acne just all over her.
Oh man.
And now it's worn down where it kind of looks like she has freckles now. It's so fucking weird.
We use that for our kids had the same thing. Well, our daughter did. It was soap. It was a special soap. Not special. It was just a soap that she had a reaction to.
Oh, this is from a shitty parent in our daycare that knew their kid had it.
Oh,
let them go.
A virus thing?
Viral infection, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So
I never heard of that.
Yeah, apparently the more we found out about it, the more it's pretty regular. But the parent knew their kid had it and let him go to school. So and we're playing a game like my wife and I are playing a game of Guess Who, like who's this?
Which one? Well, you
like
knew
a
which
flipping
one
down.
Yeah.
Like okay, it's the white. I'm pretty sure it's the white trash parents that are snobby.
Dude, that's one of the hardest things as a parent is guessing when to take your kid to the doctor or not.
So,
most of the time, you don't have to take them.
So I pride myself on making that snap decision pretty quickly. Like, if it's creative based, I want to take a little bit of time now that I've figured out my process with that.
Mm-hmm.
When it's more if this then that math kind of based, I'm usually good at it. But I was so already beat up from. So both of the kids were sick. They're both under 2 years old. So it's like, it's pretty tough. It's pretty rough. And then my wife and I were working like crazy the last couple of weeks. So we're both burnt out. And like, I was just like, kind of like, okay, I'll take her to urgent care. Like starting to get a bag together and stuff. And then she was in the stroller and it was like, did she fall asleep or did she pass out? We can't tell.
Oh yeah.
And it was like, I think I saw her. By the time I'm like thinking about like her, I think I saw her eyes roll in the back of her head and pass out and like put her head back kind of thing.
Yeah.
Mona,
You get a lot of that.
Mona was already out the door. Like,
Well,
I'm
that's the
leaving.
thing.
I'm going right now.
Because they'll do that when they're sick. They'll seem like they're passing out randomly, and it's because they're not sleeping normal from being sick. And then they don't have, kids have to sleep a lot. And if they don't get it, then they're passing out and freaking you out even more when they're just sleeping.
Yeah. Don't go.
Which I'm guessing is what happens.
Never go on WebMD, by the way.
No, it's useless.
You might as well find your hypochondriac friend and talk to him and just go, hey, what's the worst case scenario with my baby? Oh, definitely going to die. And you're
Right.
like, thanks, WebMD. Thanks.
Yeah, it doesn't really give you a good scale.
Right. So that is, and the other thing is, like, I hate making excuses for being tired or delaying work or any of that. But I do feel like the way I kind of talked with my clients is, look, hey, we're a small operation. I try to get ahead and treat this like a bigger operation. Like, hey, let's work ahead. Let's have coverage. Let's have backup contingency plans and stuff. When stuff personally goes down for me, you, anybody else that's working. But it's been so crazy this whole month that I feel like in that treading water area, and you're probably right there because you're in the middle of the acquisition of the dentistry.
Yes.
And we were talking right before the podcast, just how people manage the stress of project management.
Well, what I was telling you is that it seems, at least in these situations, anybody who's ever bought a home, everything is at a 10. Everything has to be done like an hour ago. What's taking so long for this? And it's like, wait a second. Who needs this right now? Why are you going? And it's just because people assume that it's going to take all afternoon. So they say that, and then you give it to them, and you don't hear back from them for 3 days. Like, oh, I'm waiting on somebody. And it's like, okay, can we just all take a step back here and relax?
So it's a bad form of managing, right? Because it's not
Crying wolf all the time.
Right.
I don't actually know when it's important.
Right. We both complain about this with our significant others, where if everything's a 10, then nothing's a 10.
Yeah, right, exactly.
And so we don't know what to take seriously and what not to.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of infantilizing a little bit.
Exactly.
When you're managing people in that direction, where, like, to be a good manager, it's all that empathy and ego stuff we've talked about for a while. You got to see, and people think that's like a puss way of, like, kind of managing. And I look at it like,
it's trust. You gotta trust these people.
how about just be selfish for you, get the most out of the person you're trying to manage, right?
Right.
So, like, if you really want to think about it, being the most selfish is to get the job done efficiently and correct. And
Yes.
so I would go like, hey, how are you feeling? What's going on? If it's a job where, like, work and life balance are kind of fused, like home building, where you have the person that's there,
Yeah.
or home renovation. I was talking to a friend of mine that owns a home renovation company. He's like, yeah, some people think they can just stay there, and we just mandate it, like, you can't be here because it's not going to work. Like,
you mean the people who live in the house?
yeah, the client.
I gotcha.
Like, you're not gonna. I was like, yeah, they should get a Winnebago at the very least. Like, if they want to be there, they can't be inside.
Yeah, that's a weird over the shoulder Big Brother feeling.
But
Even if you're not doing anything wrong.
Big Brother, but doesn't know the nomenclature, doesn't know, like, how that Gantt chart looks like.
Yeah.
Like, what the timeline is and all that stuff. Because, like, I hate when I hate this on a micro scale. I'll do 10 things at once around the house, but if the kids need you immediately, you have to go attend to that. So it just looks like I half start everything if you walk into it.
Right.
And I go, let me finish up all these things. I got the dishwasher going, got the laundry going, got trash over here. I'm collecting. I'm making a sweep around, folding laundry. Like, I've got a couple things going on.
Yeah, you've got it planned out in your head. You know what's going on. Everything's under control.
But it's not, and it's not the, like, I got my systems. Like, it's not even that. It's like, just,
It's only so, yeah, there's a way to do
empathize
it.
with what's going with the scene, right? Spatially aware with what's going on. So if you want to, like, be that manager that's, you are like, hey, I don't have a lot of time. I want to get this shit done. taking that extra minute or two to like check the temperature of the situation.
Exactly. Know who you're talking to.
Is like, even if like you don't even know how to even manage, or you're the sub, you're the sub person, you know, like.
Well, it's like for you and I at least for me, definitely, it's like if I get told, hey, you need to do this, and it's like, just because you said it, I kind of hate you and I don't want to do it right now. Maybe if you would come at me, not as big of a dick, I would be much more excited to help you out. But that's I've never followed direct. You know, I've always just been the one, just I'm going to do it my way, and I'll still probably get done before you, just because I'm going to figure out the laziest way to do it and the fastest.
It's not always a great quality.
No, it definitely hurts us every once in a while. But you know, that's what you're going to get, at least in our business.
Well, yeah, I think anybody in the comedy world is that way.
Yeah, you can't just fall in line. Come on.
Well, you know, it's that thing of like when you have instinctually, you're like, I don't think that's the best way to do this. You know, that's where I sit. I'm like, I'm not doing it to be a contrarian, even though I get a bad rap for being more. I think I'm more. When people call you a contrarian, right? And I know I have this kind of logic where I can kind of look at like both sides of the coin very quickly.
Sure.
It took me a while to kind of figure that out, that I think that way. But it helps with stand-up because when you're doing jokes, you're hitting every angle. It helps business because I'm looking at like, well, how does the user or the customer perceive this?
Sure.
How does the employee perceive the customer? You know, like it'll help with that kind of stuff, seeing the angles. It's almost like you're being defensive when someone says that, and you're like, all right, I have two choices to say here. I can either say, I'm not being defensive, which is defensive.
Yes.
Or, okay.
Yeah. And neither one of them's really good for you.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, no. Or the other one I don't like is sometimes excuses are legit. You know, like, I don't like a zero tolerance for almost anything. So like no excuses. Yeah. Look, if I'm late a lot, okay, fine. That is something very, very understandable. That's
black and white.
Pretty clear.
But even that, you know, it happens, and look at the gray areas. Why is it happening? If it
happens 10 times out of 15 that I'm late, then that's definitely a behavioral trait. If I'm employed by someone and I'm 15 times or 10 times out of 15 late and I always have an excuse, then yeah, I'm making those aren't very valid. Yeah. But like sometimes it's just like, well, no, I'm giving you the answer. I'm going to walk you through what happened to give you the answer so you know what's going on, because I know you won't ask follow-up questions.
Yeah, I mean, if you lay it out right in front of them.
But people think I'm meandering now. And I'm like,
you can meander sometimes.
I like meandering. I like to meander.
Nice meander through the park. I think for managers, it's just like you can't have a managing style is like I'm a straightforward, no nonsense guy. It's
bottom line guy.
Try and do that for everybody. It ain't gonna work. It just doesn't.
Well, that's why
you got two people, and you know that's how they both need to be handled. And
now you're on you're on a bigger manager role now probably than ever, and so I mean managing a house is similar. I think or maybe I try to fit that mold into the household.
No, it definitely applies.
Yeah, but you have two kids that just are bad employees.
Yeah, exactly. I can't fire them.
You had a picture posted of your kid without pants on.
Yeah. He's got a good tan, that kid.
That kid loves not wearing clothes.
No, he's naked all the time. We're the white trash family with the naked kid in the front yard.
It's pretty funny. And so, but it is like, okay, I've got to manage. It's time management a lot of the time. And then it's like a multiplier because you're doing the internet work we're doing. It can be done at any time, which is bad and really bad in a way because you have to have really good discipline not to stay up all hours and have to cut it off. I'm working on that. That's a really bad habit of mine. I spent fucking hours trying to work on this one logo for RevShare we're doing.
Yeah. It's hard once you get into it because it's like there's lots of times you do shit and it's like, oh, I'm not going to use any of this. It's like, okay, I guess I'm better at Pixelmator now, but
Yeah.
other than that, that was a lot of wasted time.
So on that side, it's delegating out. Like that's going forward, 3 years this place has been open, and almost 3 years I think this podcast has been on. I don't know, 2 years, something
Do
like
you
that.
consider your birthday the anniversary?
It's both around the same time. So last year I used a brunch as a birthday, but I leveraged my birthday for more of the celebration of the company.
Right.
Because I don't give a shit about my birthday.
And if you're a grown man who does, you're weird.
Right. So June is like it's somewhere around there. I don't feel like looking it up, but I know we're in that ballpark. I'm gonna look it up when we start looking at financing options, because once you get to year 3, that's a big deal. I need to look. I'll look this up in a minute.
For what? For getting loans or something?
Yeah. So you built up enough credit, you don't have to use any of your personal assets to create some financing options.
I gotcha.
You can leverage the hustle that we've done. No outside
sweat equity, if you were.
Literally sweat equity, and we started with one client, and just kept working.
We're up to 2.
Up to 2. Technically, we've consulted over 400, but I count all the pick your brain meetings as one of those. So it might even be closer to 500 because I get a lot of these calls.
You could say 10 million right now.
Well, no,
anybody would.
I used to track it. So like I have an Excel somewhere I gotta find, but because I didn't want to be like just throwing out numbers like Trump or something.
Yeah.
Or just crazy numbers. But I think by last year we had 300, and I think this year's got to be 450 or something higher than that.
It's good.
Look, we're giving out advice. We're going to probably change it up for the podcast. I think I'm going to I'd like to record those meetings as on-air fodder, maybe add bonus episodes, or I was thinking about using Calendly. I'll write that down.
These names of apps,
please. Well, where people can buy our time for consulting, and I want to create an incentive. They can get us at our full dollar per hour, $186.50 an hour, if they want, or they can do it at a discounted rate. But we're going to put most of it that isn't like intellectual property wise. We're going to put most of it on the pod.
Yeah,
because I think that would be cool, like real life
marketing
stuff.
Material for them too.
Yeah, well,
put that out.
Yeah, but they're gonna. The problem is, I think most people are so scared to ask a dumb question if it's kind of like that, So what I may do is I may say we might use it. If I think there's something good, we'll use it.
Yeah, I guess you could just chop it up.
I do still want to figure out how to make this show like more interactive. More. I saw Facebook Live. I sent you that and got like a huge nerd boner with Facebook Live. You can kind of like swipe on your phone and you can talk to people like chat roulette meant to be, and not just masturbating.
Yeah.
Remember chat roulette?
Oh yeah, that was fun.
It's a go-to joke like 7 years ago.
Yeah. The old see how long you can go before you see a wiener game.
But I definitely want to make this. I've been thinking about this show in relation to going forward with the company because they're intertwined, and so like it or not, they kind of have to be. Because if the business doesn't exist, it's hard for us. We'll have no place to do this. We can't have the sweat
business
lodge.
Advice.
Well, that too. But we're gonna rebrand. I think that'll be a fun project, and I want to open source that. I just want to create more engagement, like legit good engagement.
Yeah, I'm down.
And like slutty engagement, like clickbait stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No more shirts off. Sorry, ladies.
Oh. Well, once the dad bod goes away. But that, I think, we go 80s style.
Yeah, I like the 80s. Are you talking the 8-bit look or just 80s hot pink, hot green, everything's hot?
I like neon. I like, I want to keep some tentpole, brand identity, brand message things that still relate kick back to here. Meaning the company.
Yeah.
So, it's camping. It's a forest thing. It doesn't really relate to the Miami kind of 80s scene. However, palm trees in a similar fashion. You can use.
Yeah.
I showed you those cool '80s intros we could get on Fiverr.
Yes.
I'll throw it out there. We'll use Fiverr. I'm not scared.
That's a good resource.
It's not $5 anymore. So
500 or I think we did that last time.
But we can get intros made like that, and so I'm going through the process. I was gonna go through that unless you had something. You have more about.
Whoa! What,
everything's
you wanted
a
me
10?
to bitch about companies?
And I'm gonna look up how many small businesses make it to year 3.
Well, if you're shopping internet right now, you have 2 choices, and one of them sucks way worse than the other one. So Spectrum Business is what I had to use. Literally required. They already have internet at the office that we're at, right? Mm-hmm. But it was not Wi-Fi capable, which is crazy. But it took 7. I'm not even exaggerating. 7 45-minute phone calls of getting transferred no less than 3 times to get the Wi-Fi going and change the ownership.
Yeah,
and
you have to like give your blood,
dude,
DNA or something like that.
The notary, we had to have a notary change over the ownership.
Did you call David Carter, Esquire?
No, we actually have a notary in the office. That was nice.
Nice.
But I mean, it was just. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm getting upset thinking about it.
I love it.
No, they.
Please,
dude. It's like.
They
told me that the Wi-Fi router already was there.
I want you to channel the rage and just kind of think to where you were when you were frustrated,
dude,
and bring that to the show.
It was so they're telling me over and over again that the thing has Wi-Fi capabilities. You just got to hook it up. How could it take that many phone calls to make that happen? I finally got with tech support once the change of ownership went over. Got on the phone. Got it hooked up while I'm sitting there. Everything's all good. And now I'm sitting right near the router as I'm talking to the guy. Mm-hmm. Got 4 Wi-Fi bars out there. Everything's looking good. Wi-Fi's zipping along. Dude, that Wi-Fi router has like a 5-foot radius of effectiveness.
Mm-hmm.
I'm psyching myself up to call them back to bitch them out.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even do it today because I'll be too sad.
Yeah.
But it's just like, what is happening right now? How is that? And not only that, the business internet, which is exactly the same that you would get in your home, is $100 a month compared to $45 that they advertise for a residential hookup. Just because it's a business, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Couple things. Tip hero here. Sometimes you get the old routers. So sometimes you have to call them and like figure out.
It's definitely an old router for sure.
So like, yeah, because I used to just go, well, that's the router they gave us, and then I never upgraded. This is 10 years ago kind of thing, and my buddy was like, no, you got to call them up like probably like once a year and just like get a new thing, and they'll try to make you pay for a lease on it or something like that. You shouldn't do that. That's when you can go like, I'm going to the other side. I'm going to the other company.
That's where they got me by the balls, and they know it because they have our phone number through them. So if we want to switch over to Frontier, they take the phone number.
So I would say there's a way to acquire phone numbers. Mm-hmm. So find whatever that company. There's a company out there I know that can acquire whatever phone number. Right? It's like domain broker. Like if you wanted to buy a domain, you can go on like Namecheap's domain broker, or GoDaddy's domain broker.
Yeah,
whatever
I know what you're talking about.
There's something for that for phones too.
I hope so. I mean, they made it. Everybody's like, I thought they made that illegal, and it was for cell phones, where you can still take your number from carrier to carrier. But this thing, they got me.
I don't think they can own a number like that. They're going to make it hard for you, but at this point, you have so much spite. Now you got to win. So the other thing is trim.co is a site that some people might not feel comfortable with, but it is a very cool site. Like mint.com, a lot of people don't like to put in all their banking and credit card info.
Right.
However, do it for your business account. I did it for here, and it saved us a little bit of money because what it does is it's an automated system that will look at your bill and go, hey, you're getting bone here, here, and here. So we'll
And they put little wiener insignias next to it. It's a really cool website.
A lot of that. And then, yeah, it's a 15-year-old boy bot that went to my Catholic high school.
Yeah.
But Pen 15 Club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a member.
And so what it does is it's an AI. It's artificial intelligence. It's a bot that will go fight to get that whatever it claims it might be able to get. It's kind of cool, right? So it scans your bill and goes like, hey, you're getting fucked here.
Sounds great.
Here's the other option. How about we lower your bill?
Yes, that would be great for a lot of things. I don't know how well it would work when there's only 2 options in town for Wi-Fi and phone three services.
You
for
could
phone,
go
but
HughesNet.
What the hell is HughesNet?
You never had DirecTV, huh?
No.
DirecTV has its like internet via satellite. And so you would see these corny ass commercials for HughesNet.
Is this old or is this brand new? It's got to be one or the other.
I think it's still around. I think like through Dish Network maybe.
Okay.
But yeah, you can get like 10 megabytes per second.
Dude, that's what they wanted me to. They were like, okay, so the standard is like 15 megabytes. I was like, what? Is that even possible? How? I mean,
and you're about the customer experience too. So when you get more kind of guys with kids, families or whatever, you want people to be able to stream whatever they want, sitting on the guest side.
Yeah.
And people go like, this is what I hate too. Like, what's the big deal? Like, why can't you don't need that? And you're like,
it is a big deal.
It's all about the experience, right?
Yeah.
Just don't have old magazines out in the lobby.
Oh my God!
Like, what was that? Another thing?
There's just a lot of reading material laying about in the waiting room.
So that I'd put that on you to spruce that up.
This was the idea I had for magazines. The IKEA shoe rack thing. Mm-hmm. Put little dividers in there, and it opens up just like a little. And there's all your little magazines. You go through there, put dividers in it. Great, perfect. It's hidden. It's done. It's in a movie.
It's not even the presentation. But I like that. You could get translucent record sleeves and put them on the wall and be like, here are the 9 magazines you have. And that could kind of look cool in a way.
Yeah.
Make sure you get highlights. What are the 9 magazines you would need in a dentist?
Oh, is that what you're thinking? Just 9.
Highlights for sure.
Highlights for sure. Kids love that.
Maybe a couple backups when the shitty kids use the whole thing too quickly,
Rip out all the projects, take them home.
Well, like I was always like fired up for the find the hidden thing picture, and then someone would circle it, and you're like, bro,
just point your finger at it.
Community Highlights magazine.
What?
So highlights, I'm writing these down.
Okay.
What else you got?
I don't know. Sports Illustrated, probably an oldie but a goodie.
Yeah, you can fold it and put it in your back pocket now.
Yeah. Take it right from is it smaller now or something?
It's so small.
Really?
Yeah.
And they have
like 5
ESPN,
pages.
the magazine, which is like the size of a boat tarp.
I'm gonna put that is probably the one you're gonna get.
I'll get a deal. Whichever one gives me a deal.
Insider with that.
Ooh, win my fantasy league?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It is good, actually.
You go Time.
Mm-hmm.
Time's pretty ubiquitous. I would say. What are the other ones? You need another.
Businessman Exclusive Esquire Weekly.
You should just put fake magazine covers.
I should make my own magazine.
Or just put fake magazine covers of your wife, like
Penthouse.
dental.
Oh, whoops.
Oh, Dent House. It's a dental nudie magazine. Ooh,
that'd be a cool bar name.
Dent House.
Yeah. I don't.
For Patrick Swayze,
I guess
to hang out.
Yeah.
Road Hard.
That's what I meant.
I mean, Roadhouse. Okay, so we got Time. But really, you should do that as like a red herring kind of magazine, and just have a fake one floating around and see if anybody catches it.
Mm-hmm. Put her on the cover of Oprah's magazine.
Oprah's gonna take that.
Yeah,
she's on.
I'll
every
Photoshop Oprah
cover.
into it. She can be sitting on her lap.
All right, so we need another kids one.
I don't know any other kids ones. Nintendo Power. Do they still have that?
Wow.
Deep.
That is a deep pull.
Deep pull.
You have been taking some psychedelics.
Mm-hmm.
I would say you can have Sports Illustrated Kids.
Didn't know that was a thing, but sure.
Yeah, they used to have baseball cards in there.
Oh.
Yeah.
don't know any other kids ones. Kids magazines. Nothing from my childhood comes up.
I'm trying to think of what. Oh, Red Book for sure.
What's Red Book?
Like for moms.
What is it though? Just
it's like
how to be a mom.
It looks like a TV guide almost size, like fat
Okay.
pocket size.
Yeah.
And then it would be like
How
a
to
guide
handle
make
your change
Yeah, it would be. It's very like
in style.
It's USA Today-ish.
A lot of
Kind of
Chico's ads.
Very general.
Yeah.
Oh,
Better Homes and Garden.
I was gonna say Southern Living.
Or that
Yeah.
same thing.
Garden and Gun. That's the cool one. That's like, oh, you're on the vanguard.
You know what they have a lot of that I thought was weird is cookbooks sitting in the waiting room. And the lady at the front desk said people love them. They also
Really?
have a lot of old patients too.
Food porn. Yeah, food is everybody's into, so that's safe. I would say.
It's definitely safe.
I'd-
Anything food is safe.
So Thug Kitchen, the book, which we got a copy of. What about just to shake it up? You get like stream. What is it? Field and Stream.
Sure.
It's like
Also safe.
the hunting and fishing one,
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one.
and then you need a golf one.
Yeah.
You're near a golf course too.
Yeah. I think Golf Digest is the only one I can think of.
Look, we solved it. We did it.
We did it.
And then we'll do that.
How about Popular Mechanics?
Oh yeah, Popular Science.
Or that.
Well, no, the gadgets part. Like, here's the next thing that's coming out.
That's what I would
and
pick
it-
up.
and it never comes out.
Yeah.
I used to read that shit. Pop Sci. Okay, look at that. I'll cross out Thug Kitchen. You got enough.
I'm
'Cause-
thug enough.
Because you don't need an updated cookbook necessarily.
No,
Right? Like-
look it up online.
It's the same shit every edition.
Right.
So, all right, we did it. So with the Wi-Fi, going back to the internet stuff. So to beat these guys, here's the last thing to do. It's how I got into buying fake followers for clients.
Mm-hmm.
So I was told by
Oh, I know what you're gonna say.
my best friend's little sister that she got like some kind of railroaded situation with either a cell phone company or Delta Flight or one of those big consolidated industries where there's only 4 carriers.
Mm-hmm.
In this situation, it's 2.
Mm-hmm.
And she bought a bunch of fake likes on Fiverr and then
Tweeted at him.
tweeted at him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is 6-7 years ago, so maybe 10 years ago. How long's Twitter been around? Not 09?
Yeah, I think 10 years.
So let's call it about 7 or 8 years. We'll put them on blast, and this is before people realized that this is when companies thought every tweet at them was like a serious deal, and everybody could see it.
Yeah.
You know, when you tweet at someone, it's basically just you and them,
Mhm.
unless both people follow you,
Right.
or person follows both of the people interacting.
Right.
Then no one will see it really unless they go to their profile. So she put them on blast. Fucking got like a free flight or free cell phone or something like that. Like whatever she did, and it wasn't even just one tweet, not a bunch like I do.
Hello, is this thing on?
Yeah.
Delta at Delta. Hello.
Now
Constantly.
I tried it on AirTran, didn't work. They don't care, even with photo of their employees not giving a shit.
Cool photo, bro.
After they fucked us on a flight and made us pay for a hotel room when they messed up, it was so weird.
That's so funny. Just sleep in the airport.
Well, no, we went through our credit card company and they fought it. So sometimes you can do that shit too.
It's true.
When you get stuck, but put them on blast. We've got, we have a soapbox here of sorts, and you can. I don't mind. You don't have to go through me for any ideas, marketing wise for us, but yeah, but put them on blast.
Yeah.
It can't hurt.
Oh, I'm going to blast them all right.
How much we got on the memory card? A couple minutes.
A few minutes.
Well, anything else with that? By the way.
Oh, my God. Me bitching?
Yeah.
Tell you what, Bank of America was who we've been dealing with for financing, and they're right in there with the going to 10 and then just dragging their feet on their end, trying to get us to do shit. It's just like, dude.
Wow. So that's what's strange about that is I thought you were talking about on a more people you're interacting with like day to day kind of stuff. This is like corporate.
Yes. It's so weird.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Just they're constantly having you send snapshots or bank statements of how much money you have in your bank account before. Let's check that one last time before we approve you. It's like, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Do you not understand that this is going to get lower and lower every time you ask us if you don't pay us the financing?
Oh, because your credit score goes down?
Well, not even that. They just want to see liquid money, which I don't know. Nikki and I were trying to figure out. I was like, is it because they know that you're just going to drain your savings while this is happening? Is that why they want to know how much money you have? I know it's actually because they want to just be able to take it if you miss a loan payment, but
yeah, there's that. I had the same situation with the mortgage stuff when we were going through that. Like, it's like, how many people, like, can I just give you everything about me and you can just, I don't even care at this point.
I know.
I'm so frustrated having to double back and like freak out. And my wife's texting me like, you gotta get this thing to BOA. And it's like, dude, I don't need 2 10s on top of me, right? Like, I saw it. I'll get it to him. I'm trying to do it as fast as I can. I got actual work to do. Yeah, it sucks. I would say, yeah, that's weird. I've never dealt with that on like because when people tell me that, I'm just like, okay. And then,
I mean, it's, a one-time thing, hopefully, but God, they made it stressful when it didn't have to be.
Do you have a physical person locally that you can like go talk to? Because they have.
I've never met the guy that we're dealing with, but I think he is local.
Go do it.
I'm not going now.
No, for real. It'll help. I know. Walking in a bank, it's terrible, but for real, they do. As much as I want to crap on Bank of America, they have gotten better about that in-person part.
I mean, they better.
When you're doing bigger loan stuff with them.
You'd think. All right, we got to kill this thing.
All right, let's get out of here. Small businesses that have it's about 65 or 40% make it to the 5th year, 65% second year.
All right.
I didn't do that third
we
year.
believe you, but I'm afraid it's going to cut us out.
Yeah?
Sorry, everyone.
It's all good. Bye.